This is my hobby, the greatest hobby. Hello everyone, Hobbyist here. We are back at it again with our Talisman character exploration guides. Now, previously we have concluded the dungeon expansion characters, if you have yet to check that out. And we're going to be moving on to the city characters. I will say this, each kit that all 6 of the characters have inside this expansion are going to be geared towards their expansion. Meaning each of them has their own individual way that they accumulate wealth in order to take advantage of the city corner. If you haven't checked out our city expansion tutorial and how all that works, I'll link that right up top. But let's go ahead and get on to the next character. So the first character that we're going to be covering is a clever and nimble rascal who would never steal from the needy, but will happily purloin the valuables of an overindulged noble. This is in fact the Cat Burglar. Go ahead and take a look at the Cat Burglar's stats. You can see here the Cat Burglar has a strength of 2 and a craft of 5. And with us covering a new expansion, we got ourselves a new logo. See that tower down there? Any cards that possess that logo are all part of the city expansion. So if this isn't a particular expansion you're interested in, or you're trying to be able to differentiate between it all, then that is the way that you can tell it is a part of the city expansion. It just makes it easier when it comes to organization. But moving forward with the rest of the Cat Burglar, she is a neutral character, and she starts in the city. As you can obviously from position standpoint, the city is right beside the Cat Burglar. So being able to take advantage of that straight out the gate is definitely something to take into consideration. Moving forward, she's got a fate value of 3 and an average life of 4. And whoa, 2 abilities? Come on now, we're on a brand new expansion. What is all this nonsense? Well, generally when it comes to characters, the fewer the abilities that they have, the higher the quality. And that especially holds true for the Cat Burglar. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first character ability. Whenever you encounter a space with 2 or more cards, you may encounter the cards in any order you wish, instead of the order of their encounter number. If 2 or more enemies have the same encounter number, they still fight together in the battle or psychic combat as normal. So if you don't remember about encounter numbers when it comes to the actual adventure cards themselves, whether it be playing with the base game adventure cards, or as you can see in the distance over that way, it'd be with the actual city cards while you're in that particular region, then it essentially means that, for example, these are just from the base game. As you can see, we have this 2 here. Normally, by normal standard rules, you would encounter this card first before you could do anything with this, because it has a 2. Generally, the lower the number is the first thing that you encounter, but with the Cat Burglar, that isn't the case. So being able to ignore encounter numbers and be able to pick and choose whichever you want, this would be a good way in order to accumulate loot, because you can just pick up the objects or the certain followers or weapons that may be able to help you in immediate battle, or to be able to fulfill requirements in order to avoid certain events that may change your alignment. It might be able to help you kill enemies faster. It could help in the big picture when things like the Harbinger might be coming out during events. Maybe you might be accumulating objects that you pulled at the same time in order to be able to combat that readily. So there's a lot of diversity in just this first ability alone when it comes to the Cat Burglar. But this second character ability plays more so into her persona and the way that she thrives inside the city expansion. And that is, whenever you visit a card or space that allows you to buy an object, you may burgle instead. To do so, choose one object that is available to purchase from the encounter, roll 1 die, and add the result to the object's cost. If the score is equal to or lower than your craft, you take the card for free. If the score is higher than your craft, you must miss your next turn and discard the object. Now, this was most definitely a bit more of a detailed explanation of what happens. So, inside the actual city expansion, all the various spaces are going to show you what the prices of particular items are. And obviously with this burgle ability, when it comes to stat development of the Cat Burglar, you want to be developing your craft to make it easier and easier for you. Because unlike the Thief, if you remember me covering him in previous tutorial videos, the Cat Burglar works both inside the city when it comes to burgling the shops, and she can steal from the purchase deck too. So she has a lot more range when it comes to the Thief. She is able to get into places that he otherwise normally couldn't. So do I think that the Thief and the Cat Burglar are, as far as their similar abilities, are interchangeable? Absolutely. So you definitely, when it comes to playing with the Cat Burglar, you want to be building craft, like I've mentioned earlier. But overall, what do I think of the Cat Burglar as a character when it comes to scaling for inside this expansion or expanding outward? I want to say that the Cat Burglar very much thrives in her expansion, but doesn't have as much room when it comes to being able to take advantage of the other areas. Like being able to take advantage of any of the dragon stuff, any of the harbinger stuff, any of the more challenging pieces, there's not a lot of room for. And because the Cat Burglar is more craft-based, obviously she's going to be weak to characters who focus more so on strength. So that is definitely something you want to take into consideration if she's a character that you want to play as. But overall, this is the Cat Burglar, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I just want to give a shout out to the Talisman subreddit. They've been really helping me out when it comes to helping direct my content and providing any feedback or words to wisdom. I really want to thank you guys so much for that.